John Deere Company and its dealers appreciate your business and thank you for purchasing your new 7000 series tractor. Designed with the operator in mind, we hope including it in your farming or ranching operation will be an enjoyable experience. We've designed this program to acquaint you with the features and functions of these new tractors. We hope you find it helpful. Your first step should be to read the operator's manual. You'll find it in the pocket on the back of the seat. The operator's manual should always be your primary source for complete information regarding safety, operations, and maintenance. Carefully read all safety messages and observe all the safety decals on your machine. And always keep your operator's manual on the tractor so you'll have it when you need it. Your new John Deere 7000 series tractor is designed with your comfort in mind. You'll notice the wide steps. They are easily adjusted for various row spacing or attachments. The steps lead to a large door which provides easy entry into the Comfort Guard cab. All controls in the 7000 series have been positioned for ease of operation. The cab is equipped with an air suspension personal posture seat. To rotate the seat, pull up on this handle. It will swivel 20 degrees in either direction. Each armrest is equipped with a position adjust button. On the left armrest is the seat height adjustment switch. With the key switch in the on position, use the rocker switch to adjust the seat up or down. Lift the handle on the right front to slide the seat forward or back to the desired position. The seat features air suspension. Vertical movement is protected from bottoming out by an all-new ride zone protection system. To release the fore-aft attenuation, pull up on this latch. Push down to lock out the movement. Side-to-side attenuation reduces lateral movement. It is a horizontal shock absorber. The latch at the front of the seat locks and unlocks lateral movement. Directly behind the right armrest, there are separate adjustments for backrest angle and lumbar support. After the seat is adjusted, fasten your seat belt. Remember, for maximum protection, you must wear a seat belt whenever operating a tractor equipped with rollover protection. Toward the right rear, you'll find the air quality system controls. The rocker switch turns the air conditioner on or off. 3 rotary switches control air quality. One adjusts air temperature. Another adjusts airflow to the cab floor, windshield, or blend. And one controls fan speeds. The 7000 series tractor offers 2 instrumentation modules. The electronic digital instrument module monitors tractor, engine, and hydraulic functions. If a malfunction should occur, a warning light will illuminate. If the stop warning light comes on, shut down the tractor. Immediate attention is required to correct the problem before the tractor may be operated. The service alert light indicates the tractor needs attention as soon as possible to ensure continued proper operation. In the center of the module, windows display ground speed, PTO speed, and engine RPM. If your tractor is equipped with radar, percent of wheel slip is also displayed. To view these readouts, use the touch switches at the left of the module. RPM display shows a green band from 1400 to 2100 RPM, the normal working range of the tractor. The 7000 series tractor features a constant power engine, meaning that as RPM drops, the horsepower is equal to or greater than the horsepower developed at the rated engine speed. As your tractor lugs down to 1900 RPM, the engine continues to develop rated horsepower, so shifting to a lower gear is normally not necessary. Turn the key switch to the on position to view accumulated engine hours. They are displayed after the warning lights have gone out. Tractors equipped with the electronic analog instrument module have all the same features as the digital module. However, there is only one window to display ground speed, engine RPM, PTO speeds, and wheel slip. To access one of these functions, use one of the touch switches on the left side of the module. Open station tractors have an hour meter in place of the digital readout. Ground speed and fuel level are displayed on the left. Engine RPM and coolant temperature are displayed on the right. All of the important engine and hydraulic functions are monitored through a series of sensors and indicator lights. Before starting the engine, always be sure everyone is clear of the tractor and any attached equipment. The transmission should be in park and the hitch in the lowered position. If starting the tractor is attempted with the transmission lever in gear, a safety device prevents the engagement of the starter. To start the tractor, the lever must be moved to neutral or park. Make sure the selective control levers are in the neutral position and the PTO has been disengaged. Set the hand throttle about 1/4 of the way forward, approximately 1200 RPM. Turn the key switch to the first position and check all warning lamps. They should glow for about 2 seconds. Turn the key switch to engage the starter. During cold weather, a starting aid may be used. Check for warning lights. If a malfunction is indicated, stop the engine and determine the cause. The PowerShift transmission has 19 forward and 7 reverse speeds. Clutching isn't needed between speeds in forward or reverse, because all shifts are modulated for smooth operation. Shuttle shifting between forward and reverse is also modulated and requires no clutching. When shuttle shifting is desired, these lever stops can be positioned to help you locate the same speed each time. The only time the clutch needs to be used is when working in confined areas, such as cattle lots, hooking up implements, or emergency stops. To shift the transmission into a forward gear, move the shift lever from park into neutral. Then, after checking to make sure everything is clear, push the lever forward. When shifting from one forward gear to another, shifts will be made one gear at a time. All shifts are electronically controlled, so they may not necessarily keep up with the command lever. The transmission will automatically stop shifting when the selected gear is reached. Shift sequencing provides another level of comfort and safety. All gears above 11th are sequenced and modulated. That means when moving the shift lever from neutral to 19th gear, the transmission would go directly to 11th gear and then shift one gear at a time until 19 is reached. To shift the transmission to a reverse speed, move the shift lever out of park to the neutral position. Check to make sure everything is clear, then pull the lever back. When making shifts from neutral to a reverse gear, the transmission will go directly to the gear selected up to 6th. If 7th gear is selected, the transmission will shift directly to 6th gear and then automatically shift to 7th after the tractor reaches the correct speed. When making shifts from one reverse gear to another, The shifts will occur one at a time. These are also electronically controlled and may not necessarily keep up with the command lever, but will automatically keep shifting until the selected gear has been reached. When shuttle shifting between forward and reverse, the transmission will go directly to the gear selected by the command lever if they are below 12th forward or 7th reverse. Always put the transmission in park when the tractor is stopped or before dismounting. Remember, refer to your operator's manual for complete information about your new tractor. The Power Quad transmission has 16 forward and 12 reverse speeds. Shifts between speeds or from forward to reverse can be made without clutching. Shifts between ranges require clutching, but are fully synchronized. The transmission is in park when the range lever is in neutral and the speed lever is in the park position. To select a forward or reverse speed, move the range lever to the desired range while the speed lever is in the park position. There is no reverse in the D range. Once you've selected a range, the speed lever can be moved from neutral to forward or reverse without clutching. Shuttle shifting between forward and reverse can be done without clutching. The only time the clutch needs to be used is when working in confined areas, such as cattle lots, hooking up implements, or emergency stops. Always put the transmission in park before dismounting. An optional creeper transmission is available for the Power Quad. This allows the slow speeds needed for some specialized operations, such as vegetables or precise cultivation. The tractor must be stopped and the speed lever must be in neutral or park before you can move the lever to engage the creeper transmission. Tractors equipped with mechanical front-wheel drive provide increased tractive abilities. Check your operator's manual before using your tractor. To engage the mechanical front-wheel drive, use the rocker switch near the front of the control console. The switch has 3 positions: on, off, and auto. A light on the instrument cluster will indicate engagement. When the switch is on, mechanical front-wheel drive is engaged at all times. If the switch is in auto, the front-wheel drive will disengage when either brake is applied for tighter turns. Also, in auto mode, mechanical front-wheel drive will disengage at speeds over 8.5 miles per hour. When the switch is in off or auto, the mechanical front-wheel drive will re-engage when both brake pedals are pressed while at speeds above 8.5 miles per hour. This provides 4-wheel braking for shorter and smoother stops. Mechanical front-wheel drive can be engaged and disengaged in all gears, forward or reverse, during operation and under full load. The differential lock is used when one rear wheel starts to spin. To engage, depress the foot switch found between the clutch and brake pedal. For maximum safety, disengage the differential lock when it is not needed by depressing either brake pedal. When the differential lock is engaged, turning the tractor is difficult. Therefore, turning and operating the tractor at high speeds with the differential lock engaged is not recommended. This is the Hitch Command multifunction hitch controller. It offers a high level of convenience and ease of operation. The command lever and lever stop is easily operated with one hand. The stop is a rotary knob that provides easy fingertip adjustment. To change the stop position, push down on the knob and rotate. The command lever will now operate to this limit. To attach an implement, back up slowly toward it. Keep a careful watch. Turn the low depth knob counterclockwise to the click detent to place the hitch in position control. This eliminates undesired hitch movements, providing maximum safety. The implement is now ready for hookup. This can be done in two different ways, using the hitch command lever or the external remote switch. For tractors equipped with a quick coupler, the lever inside the tractor cab would be used in most cases. To use the quick coupler, make sure the latch control levers are raised. Then raise the hitch until it engages the implement pins in the coupler. Push the latch control levers down to lock the implement to the quick coupler. Make sure they are securely locked. The external remote switch is used when you are outside the cab. Stand to the side and use the switch to slowly raise or lower the hitch until the implement can be secured at each attaching point. To position the draft links, pull the spring-loaded pin and extend the link. Then, once the implement is attached, back the tractor up until the links return to the locked position. The center link is used to level the implement fore and aft. To make the adjustment, disengage the lock and rotate the center portion to lengthen or shorten the link. Then, relock the link. To minimize the side sway of the hitch, install sway blocks in the lower position. To install them, remove the blocks from the storage position. Now, mount them using the pin and retaining clip. Set the raise limit by using the rotary knob found under the rear cover of the hitch command controller. When fully clockwise, the hitch can be raised to the maximum height. When fully counterclockwise, the upper height is limited to half of full hitch travel. When setting the raise limit, check the implement to ground or crop clearance. The selected raise limit will be the highest position that either the hitch command lever or raise lower rocker switch will allow. Also under this cover is the rate of drop adjustment. Turn clockwise to increase and counterclockwise to decrease the rate of drop. The rock shaft will drop faster with heavy implements attached. Fully lowering the implement should take at least 2 seconds. Excessive drop speed may cause damage or injury. In the field, it is likely that adjustments of the load depth mix will be desired. This control varies the mix of position and draft control. Rotating the knob will either increase or reduce draft response. The setting chosen will depend on soil and terrain variation, as well as the implement being used. Lower the implement into the ground to the desired depth. Now set the stop on the hitch lever by rotating the finger dial. Operating the hitch in the lowest possible position will prevent the draft sensing from working at optimum efficiency. You'll get correct operation if the hitch command lever is brought back until there is visible movement in the hitch. Use the raise lower rocker switch on the hitch command controller to raise and lower the hitch during headland turns. Always have the hitch command lever in the locked, raised position when transporting. In many respects, the basic design concept of the John Deere pressure and flow closed center hydraulic system remains the same as it has been for 30 years on John Deere tractors. However, there are several improvements in the design of the components that make today's hydraulic system easier to operate and more efficient. When hooking up a hydraulic hose, simply push it into the coupler. To remove the hose, use the easy release lever or simply pull out the hose. The detent adjust knobs can be reached while seated in the cab by opening the rear window. There are 3 positions for the selective control valves: detent with automatic kickout, no detent, and continuous detent. No detent would be used for loader or similar applications. Continuous detent would be used for hydraulic motors or applications where continuous flow would be required. Automatic kickout is for normal implement operation. The lever would stay in detent until the cylinder reaches the lower stop or the implement has been completely raised. The lever then automatically returns to the neutral position. Also within easy reach of the seat are the rate of flow adjustments. There are 5 complete revolutions of adjustment on the flow rate knob. 1 revolution on each end is a controlled space that will have no effect on the flow rate. The 3 turns in the middle are the ones that will precisely change the rate of flow and allow fine tuning of the system. When operating hydraulic motors, the tractor SCV flow control should be used. For example, the flow control on a planter should be opened completely, so the tractor SCV flow control can be used to regulate planter vacuum level. This allows the tractor hydraulic system to operate at less than high standby pressure. Select the continuous detent position, which will hold the SCV lever in detent. Use float on the SCV lever for off. This is the PTO engage-disengage control. The PTO is engaged by lifting the knob and twisting clockwise. When the PTO is engaged, the indicator light will come on and the speed readout is shown in the instrument cluster top window. To disengage the PTO, either turn the knob counterclockwise or push down on the knob. The PTO shaft on 7000 series tractors is located in a dry compartment. This means no oil will leak out when changing the shaft. To change PTO speeds from 540 to 1000, remove the snap ring and pull out the shaft. Rotate the shaft end for end and secure it with the snap ring. To adjust the drawbar length, remove the pin. Then slide the drawbar into the desired position. Replace the pin. To position the drawbar side to side, remove the locking pin. Slide the drawbar to the desired position and replace the pin. Implement safety chains should be attached to the tractor and not to the drawbar. Attaching them to the drawbar could break the pin and cause the implement to come loose. Adjusting the tread setting on the rear cast wheels is a simple job, thanks to a rack and pinion axle. Loosen the sleeve retaining bolts and move the wheel into position. Making tread adjustments on tractors with mechanical front-wheel drive requires removal of the rims. The tread width can then be adjusted by changing the offset of the dish from the outside to the inside. The 8-position wheel can also be moved from one side of the tractor to the other. Always check the operator's manual when making tread adjustments to make sure the fenders are in the right position and the right number of steering stops are raised to prevent damage to the tractor or tire. Correct implement selection, ballasting, and proper inflation pressures are the most important things you can do to gain maximum productivity. They directly affect the tractor's performance and efficiency in the field. Once the implement has been selected, add only enough weight to get the right amount of wheel slip. The correct amount of wheel slip is 8 to 12% for mechanical front-wheel drive tractors and 10 to 15% for two-wheel drive tractors. For tractors not equipped with radar, wheel slip can be measured manually. It is not only important to have the tractor weighted properly, but the weight must also be in the right place. Weight distribution splits on mechanical front-wheel drive tractors should be 40% front and 60% rear. On two-wheel drive tractors, the weight splits should be as shown here. After the tractor has been weighted properly, check all tire inflation pressures. Tractors are all shipped with the maximum suggested inflation pressures. Using the tire manufacturer's inflation guide, reduce the pressures to the minimums that match the weight of the tractor and the anticipated load with implement. Lower inflation pressures create a larger tire footprint for increased traction and better ride characteristics. Remember, when ballasting a tractor, use the optimum weight and tire inflation pressure to get the correct percent of wheel slip. All this will increase your tractor's performance and efficiency. The optional performance monitor is a multi-function computer. Its design assists you in the management of tractor efficiency for even greater productivity. Information is displayed in windows color-coded to the touch switches. The performance monitor indicates percent of wheel slip, area covered, area per hour, distance, and PTO speeds. It also tracks service intervals. Let's look at a computer simulation of the performance monitor's features. Percent of wheel slip will display in two windows. The green window shows a digital display, and the blue window shows percent of wheel slip on a bar graph, with the green band being ideal slip, normally 8 to 15%. Implement raised lowered status is located in the orange window. The implement status arrow must be in the down position whenever counting and the up position when not counting. Area covered will appear in the green window. To get a reading, the monitor must know the implement width. Touch Implement Width, then Set. Now enter the width of the implement being used. When programming, the last number will always be in tenths. To enter 25 feet, push 250 and then touch Save to store. If you make a mistake when entering an implement width, simply hit the Cancel switch and start over. Touch Area, and the area covered will accumulate whenever the implement status arrow is in the down position. Implement status is easily changed using the touch switch. The hitch on the 7000 series tractor family incorporates an internal switch to automatically trigger the implement status in the monitor. An external switch can be attached to towed implements that will also trigger the status arrow. Distance traveled appears in the green window. It accumulates when the status arrow is in the down position. Distance, area, and area per hour will be estimates unless your tractor is equipped with radar. This is because radar will supply the true ground speed information that is needed to calculate area and area per hour. To measure area covered per hour, touch the switch and place the implement status arrow in the down position. Area per hour is a calculation based on ground speed, implement width, and time. Therefore, the tractor must be moving to get a reading. Tractor speed appears in the green window whenever the switch is pressed. Touching this switch once will give actual ground speed on tractors equipped with radar. Pressing the switch a second time will display wheel speed. When the PTO RPM switch is pressed, it will display actual shaft speeds. The system automatically knows the difference between the 540 and 1000 RPM shafts. When the service switch is pressed, the hours accumulated since the last oil change will appear in the green window. The service interval is preset at the factory at 250 hours. This is also the recommended oil change interval. To zero out the service, area, or distance, press the corresponding switch, then touch Set, Zero, and Save. The system will then start counting up from 0 again. The 7000 series Comfort Guard cab provides 4 locations for monitor mounting. Installation is easy. Simply remove the protective cap from the threaded bosses and bolt up the bracket and monitor. You can swing the bracket out of the way when the monitor isn't needed. There are 2 grommets in the rear of the cab. These can be easily removed for wiring harness installation. The grommets can be cut to fit a particular harness and then should stay with that harness. A new grommet can be purchased from your dealer to cover the access hole after the implement harness is removed. A standard electrical convenience outlet is located at the rear of the right-hand console, and 1 optional outlet may be installed at the base of the right center post. These 3-pin connectors supply ground, live 12 volts, and key switch 12 volts. Additional convenience outlets can be added by using the junction block located inside the right-hand console. This junction block or binding post can be used to connect additional convenience outlets. Computer track monitors are compatible with the tractor radar. An adapter harness is needed to attach the tractor radar connector to the monitor harness connectors. If you already have a planter radar and want to transfer it to your new tractor, a bracket is available to mount it in the proper location. The original bracket will not fit. The folding planter control console or the forage harvester control console will mount to the right rear post using the same bracket. The harness is routed through the access grommet. The rear connector mounts the same as the monitor harness connector. The forage harvester console obtains power from the rear convenience outlet, and the planter control console gets power from the 7-pin connector by backfeeding through the planter harness to the console. All daily maintenance, including fuel fill, can be done from ground level on 7000 series tractors. The engine oil level should be checked daily. Check and fill are made from this convenient location. The hydraulic oil level is easily checked at the sight gauge on the rear of the tractor. Check the tires for excessive wear, breaks, or cuts. Finally, check the engine coolant level. It should be between these marks on the coolant recovery bottle. To maintain low operating costs and maximize the efficiency of your tractor, it's important to perform all periodic maintenance as outlined in the operator's manual. Remember, proper servicing is just as important as proper operation to the productivity, safety, and reliability of your 7000 series tractor. This video program has been intended to enhance your operator manual and overall understanding of this tractor. Please thoroughly review the operator's manual before operating or servicing your tractor. The John Deere 7000 series tractor family. The new breed of power.